So, you just bought Payday 2 Crimewave Edition on a console, or maybe even a PC, and you're like, man, the whole reason I didn't get into this game before was because my game saves weren't compatible when they went to the new systems. You might have played this back on 360 or on the PlayStation 3, but yeah, you would have had to start all over again. And you're like, man, I just don't want to start all over and not have any masks or any attachments to my guns and have to earn everything. So you want a quicker way of doing it, right? That's why I'm here, because I was looking for the exact same thing. I'm doing this on the eve of there having been 100 updates on the PC. Consoles, they still roll out, but yeah, it's not as much. But so we're looking at levels 1 through 30. This will get you through the first 30 levels. So we're looking at some of the easy ones to do. The heists that you can do fast and quick. We're looking at 4 stores, Ukrainian Job, Mall Crashers, and Jewelry Store. Those are going to get you through those first 30 levels fairly quickly. So you're going to want to go to the contract broker. Obviously, you can wait for them to show up on the map. But for a small fee, you can basically just pick the ones that you want to do. First up is 4 stores. We're actually going to walk through 2 of these for you to give you an idea how bad they're really not. Well, we're not going to walk through entirely the second one. But 4 stores, all you got to do is get $15,000 worth in dollars. And it's a very fast one. It's great for repeatedly doing. All you got to do is find yourself an ATM. All you have to do is get yourself the standard ECM jammer, which will open up an ATM. This trick can be used on by a level 1 heister with a single point in the ghost tree, and there's really not a whole lot to worry about. So, and then this is Mall Crashers. Mall Crashers is the other easy one to do. All you gotta do is damage or destroy $50,000 worth of stuff. The jewelry bags, if they're taken from the jewelry store on the 2nd floor, you must be carrying them to escape with that loot. But there's a number of stores you can damage that do damage fast. Ukrainian Job is another one that is often done quite a bit. Ukrainian Job is the fastest heist that can be completed solo as long as the player has a shape charge. You could do that one fairly fast. And you can do it on your own, and you can repeat it, but you're going to need to put some points in order to get that shape charge. And then we're looking at Jewelry Store. Jewelry Store is the 4th one I mentioned. This is notable for being the fastest heist to speedrun, as well as the cheapest to buy as a contract. Therefore, it is a very popular choice among players looking to farm for card drops, to get their weapon mods, to get gauge packages, to get masks, and to get the things you modify your mask with, the textures and whatnot, and so on, and colors. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you 2 of them a little bit more up close and a little more detail, just to kind of get you started, just to kind of get you going. Ultimately, we're going to look at a second group of missions that are going to get you from levels 30 to 60. So that's everything you need to know, at least for this video. So this is 4 stores. All of Vlad's targets are pretty much very user-friendly for beginners. 4 stores, all you gotta do is steal $15,000 worth. And there are 2 ATMs that have a possibility of spawning on this map. All you gotta do is, like I said, you gotta have an ECM jammer, which you can put a single point into the ghost tree. There's one in this store. The other possible location is behind me, across the street. Typically, one will show up, but there is a chance that one or none of these will actually spawn in. But for the most part, one usually does. So all you do is use the ECM jammer when you're instructed to, on top of the ATM. Grab the cash that's in it, you break the window, you run out, and then you come over and you pick this lock. Now, once the group has stolen the $15,000, which you're easily going to get by breaking open that ATM, The escape van will be dispatched to one of two locations. One is behind this locked door in the alley. The other one is directly to my left. Yeah, over there, idiot. Right down there, down that street, straight across the street. That's in between the alley for the coffee shop and the China store. That is the other place that the truck will happen to spawn. But I always just basically pick the lock and wait here, because if the van or truck comes here, well, then you're good to go and you can leave right away. If it's across the street, which it happens, then just run across the street. This way, if it shows up here, you're already set, you're ready to go, and you can instantly escape. And as you can tell, I'm not even making any noise. I have the AI with me, and sometimes you might need to order them to come to you. Sometimes they might start shooting, but for the most part, I mean, if I can do this with the AI, you should be able to do this on your own by yourself, and you'll be able to get out quick enough and fast enough so that you really won't raise much of an alarm. So yeah, no ATMs are going to appear on Death Wish, making overkill difficulty the best return for your effort. But then again, on Death Wish, you need to be level 80 anyway. As you can see, I luck out. The van is here. If it's at the other spot, it's pretty easy to get to. Jump in or just step into the square. There's a chance, like I said, that both ATMs won't be there. But it is possible to solo this on Death Wish and stealth through most of it, but you might require several restarts. You're going to see here just what kind of cash payout you're looking at for doing this on Overkill. Make a note, I'm at level 15. I am 2/3 of the way through, let's say. So this is really good, and new items are unlocked by your level, so at level 17, you're always going to unlock, like, the golden AK and whatnot. So this will get you access to more guns. And I believe they gave out $10 million, too, as kind of a sorry, my bad, for putting in microtransactions. So you might have some money to actually buy some of these guns. This is where it's going to stop. It's going to stop at level 22, about a little more than 3/4 of the way through. So yeah, that's how much experience I gained just doing that one time on these low levels. And of course, pick yourself a card, and there you go. This is in case you happen to trigger an escape scenario. This is what's going to happen. You'll see your experience. Well, you won't get any experience. You'll see the controller again. You'll be like, hey, where's all my stuff? And then you'll get the prompt that you need to escape, which basically puts you in a firefight with the cops, and you got to survive for like 3 or 4 minutes. As long as you don't do damage to any of the cops or civilians on the street, you won't have to do an escape, for the most part. If you do damage a cop or fire on them and do damage, there's a possibility you got to do the escape scenario. So try not to damage them. This is Mall Crashers. This is the other one we're going to take a quick look at. We're not going to run through the whole thing because it takes a little bit more. But this isn't so bad. All you got to do is do damage of $50,000 worth. If you have the buzzsaw, which you won't at first, but eventually you can crack open these ATMs. There's going to be 4 ATMs here. You'll see one to the left, one to the right. And you'll get about, what is it, like 290-some thousand from each one if you're going on Overkill or so. A grenade in the center of the cosmetic store or the Perfect Fit shoe store will get you about $15,000 worth of damage. The Kung Bo of the vase store, that'll get you 15,000 damage too if you throw a grenade in the middle of that. There's the shoe store right there. Some stores will get you more, like the pear store, that wine store. You actually want to shoot out all the bottles individually, because that'll give you 20 to 30,000. Whereas if you just throw a grenade in there, it'll only give you $5,000 worth of damage. Just a clothing store. There's expensive handbags. That one's not too bad. Throw a grenade through this window here, and you can do some damage, mostly because of the stuff underneath it. This is the pear store that you want to shoot individual items. And here's where you want to throw a grenade in front of the car, because you want to damage all of the front windows and the car. That will give you 20,000 for throwing a grenade into the car room. The pear store itself, that'll give you 20 to 25,000 if you shoot and destroy all the individual items in it. If you throw a grenade, you're only going to get around 5 to 10,000. So, like here, I actually throw a grenade in this store, but yeah, you only get 5,000 for doing this. So you really should be destroying all the bottles or shooting as many as you can, because you'll get a lot more damage money, basically, for it. So yeah, that's and all you gotta do is escape. With 4 people can do 50,000 worth of damage really fast. Oh, that's the jewelry store. I decided to do that one too. So here we go. This is levels 30 through 60 for the most part. So what we're looking at here is we're looking at Firestarter Pro, we're looking at Rats Pro, and Watchdogs Pro. Firestarter is a 3-day heist. The goal is to steal or destroy some weapons inside a hangar on day 1, steal a server from an FBI office on day 2, and burn some cash inside a bank vault on day 3. So, and that one's, it's not too bad. You can kind of stealth day 1, but it's really not meant to be. As soon as you're seen, everyone's going to be released. FBI office, you can stealth through a certain portion of it. So this is mostly a loud one that's going to start off, but it's not bad. A 3-day heist. And like I said, when you do ones on Pro basically just designates the fact that if you fail on any day, you lose the heist itself completely, and you have to completely start all over again. Rats is a 3-day heist. The crew needs to cook some meth, trade it to a rival gang for information, and then finally eliminate those enemies. This heist has the moderately high experience reward, especially on Pro and Overkill. Prior to the release of another heist like Hoxton Breakout, that one seems to be farmed a lot more, but Rats is where it was previously. So yeah, Rats really isn't so bad. So try that. Hoxton Breakout, even on the easy level, you're going to need some good ammo and health and a lot of extra stuff just to kind of make it through that one. So until you're more prepared to do that, and you got a crew that can do Hoxton Breakout, you're going to want to be here at Rats. And the other one is, I haven't switched over to it yet, but I'm going to start. That one's Watchdogs. Watchdogs is a 2-day heist. Hector gives this one to you as well. All you got to do is move cocaine from an ambush transport vehicle to the docks on the first day, and then you load the goods into one of Hector's boats on the second day. And that's Watchdogs. It's just 2 days, both days open into live combat, so it's impossible to stealth this in any feasible way. So you can go loud, give yourself some decent armor, but not too heavy, because you still do need to move. And bump this thing up to Pro once you got a good handle on what's coming and what you need to do. And you'll get some really decent experience for this one. So yeah, Watchdogs, fully recommended. Anything that Vlad gives you is pretty much beginner stuff anyway. So check his stuff in case you didn't like some of these. And that is it. That is what is going to help you get through those first 30 levels and hopefully kind of get you up to 60 without too much trouble. Once you start to get into the 60s, things kind of slow down. You'll be able to farm cards for your equipment on Jewelry Store, Ukrainian Job 4 stores, and Mall Crashers. Ever since they did some of the updates, this game has actually been paying out a lot more experience when it comes to the vaults, when it comes to the heists, I mean. So, you know what? Just as long as you're not doing the same heist over and over again in a row, kind of vary things up. If you like, you know, like a set number of heists, do those, but put them on a rotation. And you'll get rewarded for trying new ones. So it really doesn't hurt. Try new stuff, and this will get you through those first 60 levels. And the other ones, that's a story for another day. Thanks.